Officer Joshua Jones of the Pasadena Police Department in Southern California.
What's been your agency's involvement with body-worn cameras in the recent past, or what stage of implementation is your agency currently at?
In the past, we've been demoing body cameras from as far back as 2012, when we first started working with different vendors. And in that time, we've looked at virtually every single camera that's on the market and had them in for test and evaluation somewhere along the way. In that time, we've been able to get a good grasp for what's available, what works, what doesn't work, what our officers prefer. In the last year, we've released our request for proposal and received bids from several different companies, and we've now narrowed that list down to our top two choices that we're currently in the process of vetting out, and we hope to go to council in the next month to finalize the purchase, and we hope to implement within the next 6 months to have a full deployment. Our goal is to have a camera on every sworn officer, as well as most of our civilians that are to the public. So for an agency with 240 sworn, we actually plan on deploying approximately 280 cameras in the field.
What do you see as the greatest benefit and the greatest challenge regarding implementation of body-worn cameras in your agency?
I think the benefits are, what we're all coming to recognize: the increased accountability and transparency, the behavior improvements that we see not just from officers but from civilians. When you know that there's an impartial camera recording the incident, you get changes on both sides of that camera. And we've seen that just with our testing up to this point. But, the increase in evidence collection, and it's getting to the point now where even with just in-car cameras, that when you go to court and it's for a DUI, they expect that video footage, and it's a day not very far off where they're going to expect the same thing for every case that goes to court once body cameras become common. So it's a state of policing at this point. It's something that's going to help us all in the long run.
What have been the challenges that you face?
Big part, at the start was just officer acceptance. People were already loaded down with all kinds of different equipment, and here's another thing that we need to be mindful of. And so that's a hard thing. But as we started, and especially this nice thing with being able to go through the testing phase for as long as we did, as more people use the cameras and more people deploy them out in the field, the first time that a camera resolves a complaint before it goes any further than a supervisor being made aware of it, and that person says, okay, well, here's video of it, and usually the complaint stops right there. As soon as that happens for an officer, you now have a lifelong advocate. As soon as you get good video footage of some sort of crime, also officer buy-in, just you have it locked in at that point. And so it's a slow uptake, but now that we've been doing it for a couple of years, when I take back my tester cameras, officers are chomping at the bit. Okay, when's the next one come? I don't want to go out in the field without a camera, and so that's been a huge improvement. And it's a slow process, and that's kind of how it is from across the board. But whether it's getting the word out to citizens of what you're doing, and it's a slow build up. So it's just something that you have to be mindful of as an agency, that it's going to take a little time. But the support's definitely there, and as it becomes the norm, the support's just going to grow.
Excellent. What sort of assistance have you received regarding implementation of body-worn cameras, and what assistance would be of the greatest help to you at this time?
Specifically from the TTA or just in general?
Probably specifically from TTA or from BJA.
Okay. Yeah, one of the key resources from the BWC course was the toolkit, and being able to use that to really start our conversation for crafting a policy and beginning that whole process, as well as getting a foothold for how the process should go. And even just this weekend, this couple of days, the convention, being able to now work with all the different agencies who are very much in the same place that we are, seeing what they've done, the people who are a little more advanced in the process, lessons learned there, and then being able to talk to agencies who aren't quite to where we are, and kind of giving them some guidance. So it's been a nice collaboration as far as that goes. And then just some of the workshops that we've been in this weekend's been. It's been very, very helpful. So we're looking forward to the regional workshops as well.
Could you just give me a brief explanation? Basically, what are we doing here? Just like a rundown.
I mean, we're here to really to meet other agencies that are in the exact same position that we're in. You know, as I said at the kickoff, there are 73 agencies that will award the grant. So that means there are 73 agencies who are going through the exact same trouble, pain, trying to figure it out. You know, and we're the first people to have ever done this. So we're all sort of, you know, leading blindly, and we're not quite sure. And so it's a lot of, hey, this has worked for me, this didn't work for me, and just that collaboration to really kind of put all the pieces together. That more than anything, I think, the lessons learned, the policy considerations, the real world implications, the how to do outreach. That was actually one of the points on one of the things that I think we could actually improve upon a little bit is, especially from the BJ standpoint, is maybe putting together a playbook for public outreach, because there's so many different ways that agencies go about it, but there are core groups that need to be hit no matter what, and we see that across the board. You know, to your new neighborhood watch, to your city prosecutor, to your church groups, to the ACLU, and that, like, everybody in the public, but those core groups are more or less the same nationwide, and so I think there's a room there for us to have a more cohesive approach to how we engage with the public and have that kind of set so that it gives people a starting point. But figuring out the starting points is what we're here for. You know, connecting with people who are still trying to figure that out. So it's been great, just a hand-holding experience for all of us as we're all trying to figure it out.
Excellent.